So recently, we have been interested in learning more about how we can foster a sense of purpose in the lives of young people, and particularly interested in how we can do this in school settings. And I think we've had a lot of interesting findings emerge. We've had interviews and surveys with young people all around Southern California and even across the country, primarily in high school and in middle school. And we've learned lots of things, but I would say there's sort of three general takeaways that are probably relevant for fostering purpose, not only in a school context, but beyond as well. The first is that young people really need the time and the space to reflect on these questions. So we find in our interviews that young people they love it. They love the chance to sit down and actually talk about what it is they really want to accomplish in their lives. And they let us know that there's really not very many opportunities in the course of their daily lives to do this. I mean, there's just not many built-in opportunities to really reflect on what they want out of life. Instead, everything's kind of focused on short-term goals, short-term objectives. And so one of the most important steps, I think, in fostering purpose among young people is to just give them the time and the space to really think about these kinds of things. The second thing that I think has really been sort of clear in our research is that you can't just set young people off in a room by themselves and say, think about this and figure it out. You've got to give them some sort of scaffolding, some sort of prompts or something, to help guide their reflection. And in a conversation, in an interview format, these are just questions where we ask, what really matters to you? What do you really care about? What do you want to accomplish in your life? Imagine your life 20 years from now. What do you want to be doing? What do you hope it looks like? And why? Asking them why to really reflect on that why question is important. In the curricula that we've designed, we have both a face-to-face in the classroom and an online curriculum. And there we have for prompts things like quotations about purpose that we ask the young people to respond to in a written format. Or one of the activities we've done is to have them send out emails to 5 people who know them well. And these emails are just really brief questions. What do you think I'm particularly good at? What do you think I'm really passionate about? And how do you see me leaving my mark? And that's been really fun because then they get feedback. We encourage them to send these emails to maybe a parent, to a coach or a teacher who knows them well, to maybe an adult mentor who they've worked, who knows them well again, maybe a boss, a friend. But the idea is they get this feedback, and that sort of serves as that scaffolded prompt to kind of help them think through what other people think they might be really good at and how other people think they might be able to contribute. So that's the second thing, is to offer some sort of guidance as they go through this reflection process. And then I'd say the third thing is to really highlight that the importance of making a contribution to the world beyond the self. And so again, in just conversations with young people, we just ask them, imagine you could change anything you wanted to change in the world. What would you want to be different and why? And just that kind of question seems to help young people start to think about how they can make a difference. So we ask them, how can you leave your mark? How can you, leave your gift, share your gift? What would be your legacy? Those kinds of things. And again, in the curriculum, we've done this. In the online curriculum, we actually have a video of Jimmy Fallon, which is, late night talk show host. And he talks about how he hurt his finger and was in the hospital for several days. But while he was there, he read Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning. And he really came to the conclusion that the way that he could give back to the world, the way that he could find purpose, was through making people laugh. And, while he's in the hospital, it's kind of a sad place. People are in pain and scared, and so many people commented that his humor and his jokes really made them feel good at a time when they needed it. So anyway, that's another sort of scaffolded response, but it's really focusing on how you can make a contribution, how you can use your skills to benefit the world around you. And so whether you do it through a video clip or through just a conversation, it doesn't really matter. But I think that's the third most important thing, is that you really do help young people think about how they might want to leave their mark.